The protest for justice continues in Kenosha. It has armed escorts now. Besieged residents marched 2 days after Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted, calling for boycotts of businesses that supported his actions. As news crews began to clear out of Kenosha, Wisconsin over the weekend, so too did the demonstrators who had adamantly shown support for Kyle Rittenhouse last week, before jurors decided to acquit the 18-year-old of all charges. The few dozen protesters who remained, most of them from the local community, marched on Sunday with one clear message: there's much work yet to be done before Kenosha can heal. At the helm of the demonstration was Justin Blake, the uncle of 29-year-old Jacob Blake, who was shot 7 times by a police officer in Kenosha last August, spurring days of unrest. It was in the aftermath of Blake's shooting that Rittenhouse came out to Kenosha, heeding a call to defend local businesses from destruction that had left the city reeling. that had left the city reeling. Justin Blake has been pushing for justice ever since. Trailing him on Sunday were several supporters toting guns in anticipation. In anticipation. I can't, bro. In anticipate. Y'all know what that says. Of retaliation from pro-Rittenhouse activists. Rolling Stone counted at least 6 people escorting the march with firearms ranging from semi-automatic rifles to handguns, all permissible per Wisconsin open carry laws. Some patrolled the group per meter, while others were camouflaged by the crowd. One man, who declined to share his name, brought both a rifle and his dog Buddy, who was equipped with his very own walkie-talkie. A few lacked weapons, but wore bulletproof vests. Medics were on hand. Oh, wait, there's 2 of them. The march began in Civic Center Park, where Blake pleaded with Kenosha to deliver an economic crushing blow by boycotting the businesses that supported Rittenhouse's actions. Blake was joined by Bishop Travis Grant, too, Nation Field Director with the Rainbow Push Coalition. This is a new day, Grant said. Those who finance this defense, you just awakened a giant. You just awakened the conscience of the people who won't take no for an answer. And we will not accept this verdict. We have alternatives, and we're going to use peace to protest. We're going to use peace, protest, and civil disobedience. Joseph Roseburns finance Carolyn Sort and Wisconsin State Republican David Bone also spoke to those gathered in the park. Swartz urged listeners to remember her fiance, one of the men killed by Rittenhouse, because the victims' families have no closure, none whatsoever. Republican Brown challenged those who support Rittenhouse's right to self-defense to also support Crystal Kaiser, a black woman and child sex trafficking victim accused of killing her abuser with the same fervor. I mean, hey, it's it's the same thing. Might as well, since y'all want to go ahead and do whatever the fuck y'all want to do, since y'all are now controlling the laws. Okay. Following speeches wrought with anger and heartache, the group marched through downtown Kenosha, with Blake stopping along the route to point out the business he plans to boycott, including a car lot just a few blocks from the courthouse. Although business owners testified last week that they didn't ask Rittenhouse or the other armed men he was with to protect their businesses. Some say they benefited from the actions of armed civilians who came to Kenosha to defend our city tonight from the evil thugs. After a Facebook group with over 40,000 respondents called for such amid the city's civil unrest. The since removed Facebook post was made by former alderman and contentious local figure Kevin Matthew. I'm just gonna call him Kevin. Kevin, whose group, the Kenosha Guard, was barred from Facebook for violating the site's dangerous organizations policy. Matthew's son told Rolling Stone last week that he has no regrets over a year later. I did what I thought was the best thing I could do for my community, he said. It's sad that people died, but you know we had the right to do it. Oh, so you had the right to kill people. Okay, yeah, he said himself. He has the right to kill people. It's sad that they died, but hey, we have the right to kill them. Just let you all know that now. We have the right to kill them. Doesn't that sound kind of off to you? Doesn't that sound kind of off? Doesn't that sound kind of unstable? Maybe a bit white supremacy? I mean, hey, to each their own. I'm just saying. It sounds kind of strange. Now we're here, past the verdict. Now this community needs to move on. It won't though. You just made everything worse, dumbass. Fucking idiot. But see, right here. But for some Kenoshans, moving on isn't possible because the issues that brought Rittenhouse to the city in the first place still linger. The verdict doesn't really matter in the reference to the work that we're trying to do. Anthony Kennedy, who represents Kenosha's 10th district and is one of the two black aldermen of the city's 17, tells Rolling Stone there's still work in this community. There's still good people who are going to continue to dedicate their energy, their time, effort, their talents to solving or discussing some of these issues. Solving or discussing some of these very serious problems. Kennedy said that the city has made immense progress in the last year since Blake was shot in addressing racism and reforming relationships with law enforcement, including the addition of the Kenosha Police Department, the first ever LG. Skip that. But Kenosha is still rife with tension. The way forward, the way to address these lingering issues, Kennedy said, is to minimize the impact of harmful players on the community. He tells Rolling Stone that boycotting businesses who support Rittenhouse is a good start. But community feared violence after the Rittenhouse verdict. Several of those marching on Sunday carried guns in an effort to ensure a peaceful demonstration. It was a testament to the resilience of a community that was still fighting for justice well before Rittenhouse trial and well before Jacob Blake's shooting. Longtime Kenosha residents Garrell Jones, I'm gonna call him Jones, Garrell Jones, something like that. Jones, like many others who attended the march, understands that the fight must continue now that the media and outside agitators are making their way out of town. We don't want the place to be torn down, he said on Sunday. We can't just have peace yet. No, wait, yeah. We can't have peace yet. That's basically what he said. So, yeah. The reason I'm bringing this is because now, ever since Kyle, the murderer, the criminal, ever since Kyle decided to go over there and start killing people, now we armed. Now niggas are out here, now they dangerous. Now they got guns for real. Right? And this told you that people want to use guns and people want to actively harm, who want to actively harm us in the future, just remember that the Second Amendment right, or whatever amendment it is, we can do the same shit. You got a gun, we got a guns. If y'all want a war, let us know. Now, Kenosha is different. But I'm saying for all my black people, all my Black Nation niggas. I should really start saying that word. But anyways, I'm saying this for all my people who are done with this bullshit, who've seen what's happening around us. If y'all want, if y'all out here armed and dangerous, we can do the same fucking thing. We're gonna be out here armed and dangerous too. So if y'all want a war, let's